Murder.
Chalk outlines.
DNA tests.
Blood.
Anonymous tip.
Beheadings and disembowelments.
Fingerprints.
The yellow tape that they have on crime scenes.
Witness statements.
Stakeouts with my cop friend and we drink coffee. UV lights that they can see on. 5 minutes.
Well, if you like true crime, you've come to the right pod place. Belle's about to explain a story in about 5 minutes.
Today, we're going to cover the story of a man named Joe Metheny, or Metheny. A few people have been pronouncing it, I've heard online, different ways. If you would like to play along with what he looks like, you can Google him now. Guys, I'm going to show you, I'm going to turn my screen around, and I'm going to show you what this man looks like. This is Joe Metheny.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Big fella.
Huge.
Hey, Gabago. Over
man.
here.
Very scary looking guy. He's someone that I weirdly have never really heard much about. And then when I was doing a bit of research for this, very vague details, a lot of vague details.
Is it real?
It's real. It's 100%
It's not
real.
like the Slender Man or something, you know?
No. But he has been called like a cannibal, and I will get into that.
That why it's so big.
Yeah.
Oh,
So we're going to
yuck.
get into that. So a heads up, there is cannibalism chat in this. His victims range from anywhere between 5 to 13 people. It's just so broad. On one night, he did apparently kill 5 people in one go in a space of 6 hours, and I'll get into that. So he is one of the world's worst serial killers. The people that he targeted...
Obviously, that's horrible, 13, but to me, I feel like that's like a low number, right?
You'd be
that's a lot,
surprised.
right?
No, you'd be surprised, Ben. I think you have this idea of serial killers being 20 or 30 or whatever people, but a lot of them usually were about
Really?
10.
I thought to get into the top, let's say top 10 serial killers of all time, I thought you'd have to kill at least
Well, let's look at
30, you know what I mean?
So Jeffrey Dahmer, for
He was up there,
example,
right?
His number was 17. So he was
Okay.
only a little bit more.
I like how we do. So bad. Reading them out like it's like stats. You're
I
like,
know,
Pele
right?
had more goals, but it was like lower leagues.
Yeah.
Like it was like stat padding. Like
Yeah.
it was easier. Those kills were easier.
Yeah.
Well, Joe was born in the 50s in America, and he grew up with 5 siblings. His dad died when he was young, and he claims that he was put into foster care and he had a really horrible upbringing. His mum completely refutes this, and she says, no, it was totally fine. She just worked a lot of jobs and was never really home. And this does lead into his personality throughout his whole life. He exaggerated heaps of things. So he would, all about his life, he would say, I fought in wars. I went to Vietnam War. And his mum was like, no, you didn't. He said that, just everything that he told, he always exaggerated it.
Like big fantasy sort of.
Correct.
Yeah.
And he had the nickname Tiny, obviously, because it's funny, he's huge. But also he was a very shy man, apparently. He was very quiet and shy, so he was nicknamed Tiny for that reason as well. But he had these really, really bad anger issues where he would burst out into these huge rage outbursts, and that's when he would kill people. The people that he killed were sex workers and homeless people. In Baltimore, there's a place called Tent City where it's just where all these homeless people tend to live, in tents, obviously, and that's where he would go and he would kill people there. It's really, really awful. So that's also why the number was never really locked in, because there was a lot of people that were just never reported. He did this for a span of 20 years. He was going in and killing people. The one night that he claims to have killed 5 people, he literally he went into Tent City and had an axe and started just killing people with an axe, chopping them up. He then was burying people and pushing people into the river. A guy on a fishing boat saw him, so he went out and killed him because he was a witness. But this is all coming from him because he actually, when he got caught after a friend turned him in, he actually just confessed to it all, but in a way that he was laughing and being like, yeah, and then I did this, and then I killed this guy, and this is how I did this. And actually, that person that you put in, they actually put a guy in court and in prison thinking that he'd killed some of these people, and then Joe turned around and said, nah, that was me, a big, proud moment for him.
Then again, can you believe what he's saying if he's a known liar?
Exactly. Again, it's really annoying because there's not a lot of details online, but the way where we get to the cannibalism part is it's really gross. So he would kill people. As he was cutting them up, he would take some of their body and flesh, put it in Tupperware containers and take it home. He also buried people, then would later come back to where they were buried, dig them up, and do things with them. Particularly skulls as well. Then he opened up a burger stand.
Oh, no, I can see where this is going.
And he sold burgers near his workplace on the street, and the burgers were real life.
We'll never know what they were. We'll never know what was in those burgers.
Real life Sweeney Todd stuff. So he would mix with beef and pork. He would mix his victims.
So do you
bodies.
think? Oh, it's so horrible. I mean, do you think that was once again? We know this guy likes tall tales. Like he's obviously done some rancid stuff. But do you think? I suppose we just have to. It's his word for it. You never know.
Yep. And he said, "Oh, it just tastes like pork, and it tastes the same thing." So ha ha ha! All those people ate it. And again, he's one of those people who just exaggerates.
You saw that on the news, you're like, oh god.
Totally.
I definitely.
I love that burger place.
I love that burger. That's like, if I'm hung, I'm always there. It's my go-to. I get the classic, with the fries on the side.
Well, he went to prison, obviously. He was originally sentenced to death, and then the death penalty got overturned, and he got 2 life sentences because that's the only 2 people that they could actually lock him up for, with like actual evidence. In 2017, he
Belle,
did die.
We've gone grossly over
I
time.
I just got to talk about him dying. He did die in prison. They found him dead, and the way that he actually died has never been confirmed. Whether it was natural or he was killed, again, we don't know. It's so weird. It's like he was such an evil man, and yet online it's like, how many victims? Who were they? What were their names? How did he die? What was his life like? Like there's so many details that are not public. But anyway, yeah.
Heinous.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's
heinous.
It's rough.
Yeah,
it's a rough one.
And if you love them, there'll be another one after this or next week. But I like to think people listen a couple
So how
episodes
do
at
you
a
got to
time.
teach me how to do that because mine. Yeah, I don't know. Mine plays like wrong ones. It never does it like in
You
the
got to
order
queue
I
it
want
up.
it.
You know how to queue it up?
Yeah.
Oh my God,
Down
bless
the
you, Liam.
bottom right, there's the little lines.
How do you live your life not in a queue?
That's
Well,
your
I
queue.
listen.
I
I'm
got- I
listening
got
to a
about
new
I got-
podcast at the moment. This one
Yeah.
called The Magic Sponge. It's really good. It's not as good as this one, obviously, but Magic Sponge.
Mm.
And I'm like listening to the first one, and it started in like 2014, and then every time the episode finished, it plays the newest one. I'm like, I don't want that. I want
Yeah, but that's different. I don't know how to do that. You can
Okay.
queue up like the first 10 episodes
Yeah.
and they'll
okay,
roll
I
through.
might do that.
Do that.
I'll queue it up.
Bottom right, if you're using Apple Podcasts
Or Spotify, I think.
or
it's the
Spotify, is
same,
the same thing. It's just a queue feature. So you add it to queue, and then when
Sweet.
you go into the queue, if you want to shuffle the episodes around, you can like hold it and then it selects it, and then you can move it in the queue.
Kind of like all right. Yeah. Well, hang on. Do you do that with Spotify or?
I do it with Apple Podcasts.
I do
Yeah,
it
because
with
I use Apple
Spotify.
Podcasts.
Mhm.
Yeah, I know you can do that with Spotify, but
Yeah.
yeah, okay.
You
It's
can
good
do
to know
it.
you can do it with Apple Podcasts.
Yeah.
Great. Yeah, we're all learning here today.